Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brad Schrum from Wingman Insurance, and with me today is Ellie Feldman.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, from Wingman, and thank you for joining us. Today, we're just going to give you an introduction to Wingman Cyber. And if you have any questions, you'll see in your chat box, please ask us, and we certainly will answer your questions. So thanks a lot. Here we go. Our agenda for today is who we are, what we sell, how is Wingman different, why sell Wingman and not other cyber policies, and where can you get access to Wingman? Who is Wingman? We're a software company with a service difference, a partner to help you sell cyber insurance.
Yeah, I would add to that, Brad, that we are a licensed MGA because we are required to be, but our sole goal is to use our software and automation to make the process of selling cyber as easy as possible for you, the agent. We take a lot of pride in talking to all of our agency partners and learning about what they need to do their jobs faster, smarter, and easier. And we attempt to implement as many of those as possible, as quickly as possible, so that your lives as agents can be focused on selling and service and not on quoting and paperwork.
Great. And what's also unique about us, we come from diverse backgrounds, some with legal, some with underwriting, some with sales, agency management, agency owners. So we bring it all together for you. Thank you. Okay. Ellie, why don't you tell us what does Wingman sell?
I'd love to. So I hope both some of you guys who are attending today or watching this later have seen some of our previous webinars. We have attempted to explain thus far why it's important to sell cyber, some tips on how to sell the product, and some coverage highlights that you should be looking for in a good cyber policy. So now we want to bring that all together and explain why we think you should partner with us to do this, what we bring to the table, and how we can help you. And the first part of that is the products that we're actually offering. So we offer standalone cyber policies for any industry, any class of business. Some of our most commonly purchased policies come from the healthcare field, like doctors, dentists, etc. Some come from financial planners, accounting, law firms we sell a lot of, nonprofits, but we also do a lot of restaurants, retail, manufacturing, agribusiness. Farming has become a really big book of business for us. It's surprising when you think about it, but a lot of industries think it doesn't apply to them. But if you pitch the policy and try to sell it, they actually do want to buy it because the risk is there. And then we offer an E&O and cyber combined policy for technology companies. Now, I stress this because while we do offer standalone cyber for tech companies, the line between an E&O claim and a cyber claim when it comes to technology businesses, whether it's the help desk people in your neighborhood or an app startup in Austin or a large chip manufacturer in Dallas, it doesn't matter what kind of tech company it is, because the nature of what they do, an E&O or a cyber could be triggered. And so we encourage you to put those insureds on the combined policy. Now, the same cyber coverage is offered on both. We just add additional E&O coverages and media coverages to the combined form. We also offer an excess cyber coverage. So let's say you have a very large insured who needs 20 million in limits. We can do up to 10 million, in excess of 10 million on top of a primary from someone else to help better protect your customers. One of the benefits of the products that we sell is that we take a comprehensive approach to the product itself. Cyber is complicated. Coverages are changing. And when you have to look at every deck page or every quote letter to make sure that the coverage you need is included in the policy, it is a colossal waste of your guys' time. So what we do is say all of the coverages that we possibly can offer are automatically going to be included on every single policy that we sell. It's not an a la carte option. We're going to give you the best possible pricing for the best product we can offer every time. We also are differentiated in the fact that it's an A+ admitted cyber or E&O product. That means no taxes and fees, no paperwork to file, because we're writing this with our partner, Axis Insurance Company, who is admitted and really highly rated and well-funded. They have an excellent claims handling department with an internal group just for cyber, and we really can't say enough good things about our carrier partner. But on top of it all, what Wingman really sells is our expertise. We eat, sleep, and breathe cyber. We can help you in a litany of ways and hold your hand to get you feeling comfortable about selling cyber to each and every one of your insurers. Now, what does that mean? Well, I hope some of you have seen some of our previous webinars, but we do them all the time on litany of topics. We take lots of recommendations from our agents, and that's just one aspect, is the training. Live chat is another one. We have live chat on our website so that anytime a question pops into your head or comes to you on the phone with an agent or via email, you can jump right on our live chat and get answers quickly and efficiently so that you stop wasting time waiting for follow-up. We provide a ton of marketing materials, one sheets, content for your blogs, content for your social media, anything you might want, we can help you with to really get the cyber word out there, and so much more that you'll learn when you decide to partner with us.
Those are great. So, how is Wingman different from other carriers, Ellie?
Well, obviously, we've talked a little bit about some of these things already, but the really big one for us is the process. The first and most common piece of feedback we received when we started doing this a few years ago was that businesses were turned off from buying the coverage because the application was so long and tedious and awful that they felt by the time they finished it that they couldn't possibly need this coverage, or they didn't even know how to answer the questions. So step one is eliminate that. For any account under $100 million in revenue, our application is a mere 6 questions. We need nothing more than that. No signed applications, no paperwork. We're not going to go back and underwrite it after it's done. 6 questions and you get a bindable quote for your insurance under 100 million.
We don't even ask for an application, Ellie?
Pardon me?
We don't even ask for an application, do we?
No application needed. It's an online thing that you can fill out on behalf of your insureds. Now for an over $100 million account, and we love these too just as much, it's a 3-page application, and we will show you that you can use ours, somebody else's, whatever you need. We just need some basic information and we can get you a quote really quickly. Now, obviously, as we've mentioned, we're a software company, so a big thing for us is the online process. You can get a quote in as little as 1 minute. Now, that is not an exaggeration. I was talking to an agent earlier today, and they were telling one of their colleagues they'd never seen anything easier than our system, that even when I was doing a demo, it was 10 times longer because I was explaining things, that he had gotten a quote in about a minute, and he was shocked. Everything is fully online, from policy issuance to endorsements to renewals. We take all the work off your desks and put it back onto ours. So one of the aspects of that is direct billing, meaning you're going to give us the email address of the person who's going to pay the bill at the insured. Our system's going to send them an email. They click on it, enter their ACH or credit card information, and that's the end of the process. You're not chasing down premiums. You're not worrying about any of that ever again when it comes to cyber. And then harkening back to what I said earlier, our comprehensive approach to coverage, including everything that we can on every single policy that we sell, takes a lot of the thought process out for you guys. And so you can focus more on what's important and less on little details. And finally, we pay 15% commission for all accounts, new and renewal. If you write a ton of premium with us, that number can even go up. So we're going to be as fair as we possibly can by saying it's a lot of work for you to get up to speed on cyber, and we're trying to take as much of the work off your desk with our software as we can, so you need to be paid well, and that's 15%.
Great.
I
And
just want to point out a few other things because now we're talking about our software advantages. We've really tried to tailor this to what you guys need. So for example, you can email out a link for the insured to fill out the application themselves. Think about how much this can help you for your 7/1 renewals. If you have 100 7/1s and you know that you're not going to be able to get cyber quotes out for all of them, you can email out links to each of them and they can fill out our 6-question application themselves. You just need to review it and present them the quote. Now, the quotes will come to the agent, not to the insured, and so we highly encourage you to stay on after this is done, and we'll show you what we mean by that. But now we have to talk about another huge aspect of our system, and that is your agency's branding can be on anything customer facing. We are a software company, and so we don't care, and we actually prefer it if none of your insureds knew that we existed. So we want to reinforce your brand and make sure that your customers know that you're giving them the best product possible. So for everything from the quote letter to any emails from our system, invoices, the application, if you give us your logo, that's what they will see. And finally, a lot of agencies out there are getting wise to the concept of providing a cyber quote to each and every insured. And we highly encourage this and recommend it. One of the aspects that comes from that that's really interesting is the data analytics that you can take from that. If you are quoting every single one of your insureds, you want to know who's buying it, where are they buying it, which producers in my office are selling it well, which should I be working with. We have a lot of data analytics built right into our software to help you guys decide how to manage your resources to better sell cyber.
great, Allie. Thank you.
Someone just asked if direct billing was mandatory or optional. It is mandatory. We don't issue a policy until we get paid on that policy. It's part of one of the things that our agents really love so that they don't have to chase down money. Insureds get 14 days after the effective date to pay their bill online. And so since it's a fully integrated system, the direct billing is mandatory. Thank you for asking that, Keith.
However, Keith, if I could add to that, if you want the bill to come to your agency, you can do that. You just put your email address in and the bill does go to you.
That's true. We do have several agencies who do that and then later collect the premiums from their insureds directly. We don't recommend it, but if that's how you like to do business, we completely respect it and have a way for you to do that.
Correct. So why would you sell Wingman, Ellie?
Well, I can think of a lot of reasons, but the first one is the most obvious. It's really time efficient. We've really attempted to cut down on 90% of the work associated with quoting this. We know that cyber is not going to be a premium driver for your agency, but it is going to help you keep accounts in your agency. And so we want it to be really quick. So if you like not wasting time with data entry and getting quotes really efficiently, we really think that Wingman is second to none. The competitive advantage of a product that's not everywhere is also a big thing. We're going to give you a really great product for an exceptional price. So it's going to allow you to use cyber to get in the door with new insureds, and it's also going to ensure that you keep your existing insureds because that is such a big part of our business. If you're not currently offering standalone to all of your customers, you have to start to wonder if someone else will. We've had a lot of our existing agency partners say one of the best ways we get business is by asking people if their current agent is quoting them standalone cyber because it's so important. And we've gotten a lot of business that way. We encourage you not to lose your customers by not including a cyber quote, but again, let's make it efficient for you. So do it the fastest way possible, and that's definitely us. And finally, as we talk about in each of our webinars, because I can't stress this enough, you have to protect your agency's E&O by including cyber quotes, or at least telling them that they should be getting a cyber quote if they don't. If you have this in your cadre of options, anytime that you want to provide a quote or someone asks for one, it's a really simple, easy way to do it. And so we highly recommend it.
We also have developed a declination letter for you that you can also use with your clients that has come in very handy with a couple of our brokers who have quoted it, and subsequently their clients have had cyber claims, and they show them the letter, and that's the end of that.
Exactly. And because of the way that the letter is worded, it really reiterates the point that this is really important coverage. And if you don't buy it now, you should buy it soon. And we're telling you to buy it now. So I just wanted to sort of show you quickly how easy it is. These are all the screens to get a quote. This is it. This is the whole process. We're going, if you'd like to stay on after we're done with this presentation in about 5 minutes, Brad is going to do a quick demo of the system to show you exactly what we're talking about. But this is the sped up version. It really is only 6 questions to get a quote.
And we will be at the IIAT meeting, and we will have a booth right as soon as you walk in.
Yeah, we highly encourage you to stop by our booth or email us to let us know that you want some of our time. We're happy to do that to set up an appointment. I'd also like to say that if you know right now that you want to talk more about this or get more information, chat in on your screen and we will reach out to you after this, and we will make sure that you have all of the information that you need to get started writing cyber. If you know that you're ready, there's a handout on your screen, a button that you can download the handouts. The handout is our agency appointment paperwork, and all we need is you to fill it out and send it to us, and we can get you appointed. Any IIAT member is automatically able to be appointed.
And what's unique about our relationship with IIAT is we're only offering this to IIAT members in the state of Texas. If you're not a member, we are not offering it if you're domiciled in Texas.
That's true.
Yes.
Questions? Anything you want to hear about? If you want to talk about specific coverages that are included or our process, we're happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Just chat them in.
Yep, we'll give it a minute. If you want a private demo, you can just write us and we can set it up. I promise you it would only take 10 minutes at most, and we would be happy to go through it with you.
Well, while we're waiting for that, I'm going to change the presentation over to Brad, who's going to be doing a demo of our system. Please stay on, and hopefully a lot of your questions will be answered.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, Keith asked another great question, discussing privacy of data with our reporting mechanism. Okay, so basically, and I don't know if this is what you're getting at, Keith, so let me know, but basically there are a lot of laws that require you to report to a regulatory body and to your customers if you've had a data breach. It's a very big part of the cyber coverage that we offer. We offer full limit coverage for everything from the regulatory investigation, the lawsuits that might ensue, to the actual notification of your insured, setting up a website, doing the legal due diligence, the data forensics, all of it are going to be included in the policy that we're selling. Anything that occurs because of data privacy, a data privacy breach, is going to be covered, and that includes your business interruption.
Dan, good question. Restaurants and bars included? Absolutely 100%.
Yeah, we do a lot of those actually, Dan. Their retail restaurants is a huge class of business for us. Really, anybody who swipes a credit card is a great target for cyber.
Yep. Bars are also included. The only thing that is ineligible is cannabis. That's it. And I'll show you here as we do a quick demo. And you'll see here that I put the name in, and I'll just put the revenue in. We'll just say this insured has 2 million in revenue. And we're going to show you how quickly you
Brad, I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh, you're not? Okay. That may be me. Hold on. Maybe I'm having a problem.
Are you
Said it.
sharing?
Yeah.
Oh, now I see it. I'm sorry, my fault.
Um, what kind of farm ranch AG activity are you seeing a lot of? Great question. I think we've seen a lot of grain, if I'm not mistaken.
We see a lot of cooperatives, farming cooperatives. We see all different kinds all across the country, particularly when they have networked machines, and or they rely on technology to make decisions about soil or feed or anything like that. If those things can go wrong, that's what we're seeing a lot of. But they are well priced, and the companies are absolutely buying them. So we're
Yep.
seeing a lot of agribusiness.
You'll see here, this is where you choose your industry group. If you don't know it, you can ask us right here on our chat feature that Ellie mentioned, or you could go to other and just put, if I want to put lawyers in there, I can just put that in there and it'll classify it for me. Once I do that, then I would choose one, two, or all three of these if they had the exposure, and we'll say it's personal information records for this lawyer.
A couple of things to point out while Brad's filling this out, and this really goes to one of Keith's earlier questions. We break down data into three categories: healthcare, personal information, and credit cards. If you want more information, we even have the little question marks on the system. And if you scroll over them, it gives you more information, examples, things like that. But you can always, again, use our live chat if you're not sure how to answer something. And because nobody knows the exact answer to these, we have these very broad bands of answers. So if you have healthcare records or personal information records, 0 to 100,000, 100,000 to a million. So you can almost fill out these applications without knowing for sure the answer and just get it confirmed with your client.
Yeah, great, Ellie, thank you. Then you'll see here, have you had a theft? Hopefully you'll say no to this. If you say yes, you just have to complete it, but you won't get an automatic quote. And the same thing with prior claims. Hopefully it's a no, but a yes, we'll just have to review it first.
And when
And
we're
as Ellie,
reviewing it, this is not like a lot of other lines of business. Somebody who's had a cyber claim before tends to be more diligent about cyber risk. And so they are not a bad risk at all. We genuinely like a cyber risk that's had a cyber claim if they've done something since then to actually mitigate it happening again.
yeah. Hey, Mark, great question. What about ransomware? We absolutely cover it, and you'll see in the quote letter that it is specifically covered. Ransomware, it's our largest cause of loss. Our largest one last year was $150,000 paid, and usually it's paid by cryptocurrency. The average for access is about $32,000. But ransomware will lead into forensics and will also potentially could lead into a business income loss. From my
And
old
it's
town
full
of
limit
Baltimore,
coverage, Mark.
hmm,
I said we're offering full limit coverage for
yeah,
ransomware. And Access really doesn't mind paying the ransom if that's what's best for the client, which I really appreciate.
yeah. So you'll see here, here's where the quote letter comes up. And we're just doing these things quickly, and you'll see here how we quote 1, 2, and the 3 million. And Mark, here is where we specifically point out the ransomware coverage right here, right there. And we quote the 1, 2, and the 3 million. And the insured has now said they're ready to buy coverage. You click on what coverage you want them to buy. You go in and you'll see here we offer the 1, 2, and 3 million.
And that's
Anything,
it. You just have to pick the limit.
yeah, anything over $2,500, we offer you monthly, quarterly, or annual. Under 2,500, it is annual. You hit proceed. Now, what's very cool about what we offer policies from 6 to 18 months. So if you want to line it up with the rest of the account, so be it. Just come down here and tell us that you need a revised quote, because remember, we've quoted it to you on an annual basis. You complete all this information, and then the bill goes to the insured. Once the insured pays the bill, the coverage is bound. and the policy's in your inbox within 1 minute of binding the account. And you're done. It's that easy. And that's our quick little review of the program. I can get into more details if you're interested. And as Ellie said, we're certainly happy to sign you up. And that's how it works.
Just to reiterate, you can download the appointment paperwork on your screen. If you'd like us to send it to you via email, or you want to have more personal discussions, just chat into us right now in the questions area, and we will be sure to reach out to you right as soon as we can.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody's time, and hopefully we'll see you at the convention in the next few weeks.
How does the email thing work, asks Dan. Well, our system sends an email, but again, if you have the logo, it'll say Dan Fagan is sending you an application, or Dan Fagan is sending you an invoice for your insurance, and it'll have your logos, and and all of the information will be there, but it's automatically generated from our system. I hope that's answering your question.
Any other questions? We'd be happy to answer for you. Our quotes are valid for 30 days, and you would just refresh the quote after 30 days. That's another question we get asked.
And yes, Mark, social engineering is automatically included in every quote, $250,000.
Exactly. And you'll see that right here where you have the 250,000. Oops. And that is right here, the 250,000 in automatic coverage. Social engineering. Mark, thank you.
Also, our lowest deductible is $1,000. That's probably the one we see most frequently. 2,500 or 5,000 happens sometimes, and higher happens rarely or for large accounts.
Great questions.
Okay. Yeah, great question, Dan. So we never email your insured without you telling us to. So for on renewals, for example, you're going to go into the system and generate the renewal quote, and you're going to get that quote to send to them. The only time we're going to reach out to your insured directly is if you send them the invite to fill out the application, or you send them the invoice to pay their bill online. Those are the only times we're going to be reaching out to the insured. We never reach out to the insured without you starting it. And we're never going to renew the business or touch the business without you guys doing it. So we're never going to email your insured without you also being CC'd on it and you also being a part of it. Great question, though.
Any other questions?
They do not have logins to our system. Insureds do not get logins to our system. Great question, Mark. I'll reach out to you after, and I'll send you a copy of the webinar link to send to anybody else in your office that you want. If anybody else wants to have a copy of the webinar, just let us know. We'll be happy to send it to you, and you can send it along to anyone in your office or that you might know that might be interested.
Okay. Do we have Dan's information to call him,
yeah,
Ellie?
Dan, just send us your phone number, and we'll call you right after.
Yep. Great questions, everyone. We appreciate it. I would like a copy of the webinar.
You got it. We'll send it to you right after.
Yeah. Great.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, you can always reach out at info or help at wingmanins.com, wingmancyber.com. Any of them will get you to us. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful.
Thank you, Ellie, and thank you, everyone. And hopefully we can see you at the convention in a few weeks. Thank you.